We definitely need to step in a very big way into plant-based health. It's not only personal health, but also for the planet. Our meat industrial complex is too overblown. I think it's just important that we try and, take a step back, humble ourselves to the things that we don't know, the importance of eating whole foods, especially green foods and vegetables and plants. There's a lot of options out there. Can't deny it. I mean, vegetables have a lot of vitamins, minerals, roughage. Eat your veggies, kids.
I got injured training for a fight and started digging into nutrition for optimal recovery and performance. Came across a study about the Roman gladiators. Scientists analyzed the bones and could tell they're eating almost exclusively, if not completely, plants. I thought that can't be true. We've got to eat animal products, especially meat, to be strong and healthy. So I started digging into the research and realized that everything I'd been taught about nutrition was a lie, that all protein originates in plants. Animals are just the middlemen. Same with all the top athletes.
For us as athletes, we're the pinnacle of saying, hey, we need our protein, we need our performance, we need to perform at high levels. So if we're able to do this and sustain ourselves on a plant-based diet, I think it speaks a lot to what's really possible. It's how you fuel your body. So that was the main reason why I went plant-based, was trying to find ways to cut down on my recovery time, being able to bounce back for workouts. So to me, it was a no-brainer once I looked at the research.
If you do a lot of research about a lot of elite athletes, they've been doing this for many, many years, and a lot of them did it under the table without all of the recognition. But now everyone's coming out because it's cool. If this was something someone wanted to do for the first time, instead of looking at it as it's a separate entity of eating, just taking the foods that you already eat and making those foods plant-based by taking away the meat, taking away the dairy, and just make all your favorite things that you love to eat.
I think it's a Tower of Babel phenomenon. We've got a bunch of people knowing that food makes a difference and which ones actually help them. We have doctors like me say, okay, the research we've done is in different journals, it's different caliber, different quality, it's funded by the government, we're only going to believe that data. So when one side doesn't understand literally the language of the other, we end up with two different worlds, with a credibility gap that's become meaningfully large. All of a sudden, doctors like myself say, my goodness, I respect that person, they're clearly benefiting from what they're doing. Let me try it out on this patient who might benefit even though the clinical trial wasn't done to prove it. You realize if you look at real pros and what they do to tune up that machine of their bodies, you can gain insights that traditional medicine has missed for decades. Because historically, we always looked at clinical trials with folks who just took one pill versus the other, does it make a difference? Well, that's one way of doing research. Another way is to say, this guy's world class, she knows everything about that fine-tuned body of hers, let's do what she's doing. And a lot of what we've learned about tuning up the human body in disease and in health is based on those experiences.
We were actually in a battle against culture, family, a lot of long-held traditions on how to eat. And there are certain populations of us that have it worse than others, and it's very difficult to get in there and actually change those cultural habits. It's really been 100 years in a row that heart disease has been the leading cause of death of Americans, and we really need to change that. And this is an opportunity to turn all the hypertension, diabetes, heart disease, stroke, move all of that away, because they're all diseases that can be managed and improved and reversed, actually, if people will pay attention to diet and prevent them in the first place.
I'm a Jewish deli guy. I love the brisket, I love the cheesesteak, I love the pizza. I'm not gonna lie and say I don't miss it at all, but I don't miss the feeling that I was getting. I was up probably about 25 pounds from what I'm at now. Blood pressure was up. I changed things around. I went by this program and it's been, I don't want to say miraculous, but you feel completely different. And it's not magic, it's just science. I may repel this building. I've got that kind of juice right now. When are the Olympics?
I've been a vegan for 5 years, and what can I say? I'm living, breathing, happy, sleeping well, all the stuff that's been promised and more. And because I'm an animal lover and activist, it's another level. It's another level of feeling morally in my center now. So I can't say enough good things about it. I look forward to learning more science, but I didn't need the science. I'm living proof.
I actually put on about 30 pounds of muscle after I went vegan. Realistically, it leaves no doubt that a plant-based diet can fuel a top-level athlete. There's a lot of education to be done.
Higher micronutrient density in the food, which actually helps you a lot by staying satiated and just like feeling strong. And also I stay lean all year long. The community is growing, you really feel the awareness of the world is growing. And talking about it authentically on social media, understanding how easy it also is. As soon as the availability is increasing, as soon as it gets easier to find, I think the consciousness over the world is gonna change. It's the first step towards a new future, a better future, hopefully for our kids, for everybody here.
Speaking from experience, I've been plant-based since 1981. I've been doing it ever since, and now I'm a competitive Ironman. I've written 3 books. But what I tell people is just give it a try. You do it for 30 days, and you'll see the benefits yourself.
The biggest change that people can make is to change what's on your plate. The average person in America eats about 10,000 animals in their lifetime. The raising animals for human consumption causes more greenhouse gases than the entire transportation sector. 3.5 tons of carbon dioxide per year are saved when you go plant-based. You want to save the environment? Change what's on your plate. You go more plant-based.